Did your anti-lock braking system or ABS warning light suddenly pop up on your dashboard while driving or after parking? The ABS warning light usually appears as the letters ABS inside a circle, often surrounded by two curved brackets, or in some vehicles, it may simply display the text ABS. Now here's something important to know. When you start your car, the ABS light will briefly turn on for a few seconds, and that's completely normal. It's part of a self-check performed by your vehicle's computer to make sure the entire ABS system is working correctly. During this quick test, the system checks important components like the ABS control module, wheel speed sensors, wiring, and other related circuits. If everything passes the test, the light will automatically turn off within a few seconds. But if the light stays on, that means the system has detected a fault. And in many cases, a constant ABS warning light means your anti-lock braking system may not function when you need it most. Your normal brakes will usually still work, but without ABS, the wheels can lock up during hard braking, especially on wet or slippery roads. That can reduce steering control and increase stopping distance. Since ABS is one of the most important safety features in your vehicle, this is definitely not something you should ignore. The very first thing you should check is the fuse box, specifically the fuse related to the ABS system. Locate your vehicle's fuse box. In most cars, you'll usually find it either under the dashboard or inside the engine bay. Once you find it, look for a fuse labeled ABS or something similar. If you're not sure which one it is, just check your owner's manual. It'll show the exact location. Carefully pull the fuse out and inspect it. If the metal strip inside looks burnt or broken, that means the fuse has blown and needs to be replaced. Just install a new fuse with the same amperage rating. Once you replace the fuse, restart the vehicle and check the dashboard again. In some cases, the ABS warning light may disappear immediately. For older vehicles, some people disconnect the battery for a few minutes to reset the system. But on most modern vehicles, you usually don't need to disconnect the battery at all. Once the issue is fixed, simply driving the car for around 15 to 20 minutes allows the vehicle to complete its self-check, and the ABS system will often reset automatically. If the light comes back, then there's likely another issue that needs attention. The next very common thing to check is low brake fluid. Your braking system relies on hydraulic pressure to push the brake pads against the wheels and slow the vehicle down. If the brake fluid level drops below a safe level, a sensor inside the brake fluid reservoir sends a signal to your car's computer. Now here's something many people don't realize. On a lot of vehicles, the ABS system and the main braking system share the same brake fluid reservoir and sensors. So if the fluid level gets too low, the ABS system may automatically disable itself and turn on the warning light. This happens for a couple of reasons. First, low fluid can allow air to enter the brake lines, and unlike brake fluid, air compresses easily. That means the ABS pump can't generate the precise hydraulic pressure pulses it needs during emergency braking. So if your ABS warning light suddenly appears, checking the brake fluid level should be one of the very first things you do. Locate the clear plastic brake fluid reservoir, which is usually near the back of the engine bay on the driver's side. On the side of the reservoir, you'll see MIN and MAX markings. Take a look at the fluid level and make sure it stays above the minimum mark. If it's low, top it off carefully using the correct brake fluid type for your vehicle, such as DOT3 or DOT4. You can usually find the correct specification printed right on the reservoir cap. Many expensive car repairs happen simply because regular maintenance gets forgotten. That's why we built Carvio, a free app to track maintenance, fuel expenses, service history, and get timely service reminders. Take care of your car before small problems become expensive repairs. Search Carvio on the App Store or Google Play. The next very common thing to check is a malfunctioning ABS wheel speed sensor or its wiring. The ABS wheel speed sensor plays a critical role in the system. Its job is to monitor how fast each wheel is rotating and detect if a wheel starts slowing down too quickly or slipping during braking. It then sends that information to the ABS control module, which decides when to activate the anti-lock braking system. The ABS module expects to receive a clean and consistent signal from all four wheels. The moment one signal looks incorrect, becomes unstable, or disappears completely, the system immediately recognizes it as a fault and turns on the ABS warning light. Now, if an ABS sensor has failed, or a wire gets snapped by road debris, chewed by rodents, or damaged by corrosion from road salt, the electrical circuit can no longer complete its path. The control module instantly detects an open circuit or short circuit, and for safety reasons, it turns on the ABS warning light right away. So the first thing you can do is a visual inspection. Check around the wheel area and look for damaged wires, loose connectors, corrosion, or broken insulation on the ABS sensor harness. If you connect an OBD scanner that can read ABS codes, you may see ABS wheel sensor-related diagnostic trouble codes. These codes help pinpoint the exact problem. In simple terms, they mean the ABS control module is not receiving a valid signal from the ABS sensor. For example, you might see codes like C0031 or C0032, which often indicate a front right wheel speed sensor issue. Similar codes can appear for the front left, or rear right sensors as well, making troubleshooting much easier. If you're not sure about what these OBD2 codes mean, you can always visit our website, obdcode.org, where we've got a full list of codes and their explanations. The next thing you should check is the ABS tone ring, also known as the ABS wheel ring. This is a surprisingly common problem, and it's one that gets misdiagnosed all the time. Here's how it works. The ABS wheel speed sensor sits just a tiny distance away from the rotating tone ring. As the ring spins, its teeth pass by the sensor and create a steady signal that tells the ABS module exactly how fast the wheel is turning. But when the tone ring develops a crack, the metal ring can spread slightly at the damaged area. This creates a gap that is much larger than the normal spacing between the teeth. As the wheel rotates, the sensor suddenly sees a much longer pause in the signal than it expects. To the ABS computer, it looks as if that wheel has instantly stopped turning. The system interprets this as a wheel lockup or skid, even if you're driving on a perfectly dry road. As a result, it triggers the ABS warning light and may even activate the ABS unexpectedly at low speeds. What makes this problem so tricky is that it's often misdiagnosed. If you connect a basic OBD scanner, it may only report something like left front wheel speed sensor signal malfunction. Naturally, many people assume the sensor itself has failed. They replace the sensor, clear the code, and think the problem is fixed. But as soon as they drive the vehicle, the ABS light comes right back on, because the real culprit was never the sensor. It was the cracked tone ring creating an irregular signal. So if you've already checked the sensor and wiring, take a close look at the ABS ring itself. Look for cracks, missing teeth, heavy rust buildup, or physical damage. Sometimes a careful visual inspection can save you from replacing perfectly good parts. The next thing you should check is the brake light switch. This is a small switch located right behind the brake pedal, but it plays a much bigger role than most people realize. When you press the brake pedal, the switch doesn't just turn on the brake lights at the back of the car. It also sends a digital signal to the engine control module and the ABS control module, letting them know that the driver is actively braking. Over time, this switch can wear out, develop an internal fault, or suffer from a poor electrical connection. When that happens, it may fail to send the proper signal to the ABS module. Here's where things get interesting. The ABS system is constantly comparing information from multiple sources. If you press the brake pedal, the ABS module can see the hydraulic brake pressure increasing through its internal pressure sensors. But if the brake light switch fails to send the matching brake pedal pressed signal, the ABS module receives conflicting information. When the ABS module detects this mismatch, it can't reliably determine what's happening, so it enters fault mode and turns on the ABS warning light. A quick and easy way to check for this problem is to have someone stand behind the vehicle while you press the brake pedal. If the brake lights don't illuminate, that's a strong indication that the brake light switch may be faulty. So if you've already checked the fuse, brake fluid level, wheel speed sensors, and ABS tone rings, don't overlook the brake light switch. It's a small component, but it can easily trigger an ABS warning light when it fails. Now, if your dashboard suddenly lights up with the ABS, traction control, and electronic stability control warning lights all at the same time, it can look pretty alarming. But here's the good news. In most cases, it doesn't mean 3 different systems have failed at once. These systems are closely connected. They share the same control module, the same wiring network, and many of the same sensors, especially the wheel speed sensors. Think of ABS, traction control, and electronic stability control as 3 different safety features that all rely on the same information. If one critical sensor starts sending incorrect data or stops communicating altogether, it can affect all 3 systems and trigger all 3 warning lights at the same time. The most common culprit is still a faulty wheel speed sensor, but there are a few other components that can cause the same problem, including a steering angle sensor, yaw rate sensor, lateral G-force sensor, mismatched tire sizes, or even severe wheel alignment issues. So if you see all 3 warning lights together, don't assume multiple systems have failed. Very often, a single faulty sensor is the root cause behind all of them.